Good morning. Thank you for joining me from wherever it is you are. To get started, we will find a nice, comfortable seated position. So just using any props or pillows or anything you would like to use, and just making sure you've got a nice long spine. And we'll begin our practice. As always with my classes, we take a few moments to land, to arrive, to notice. Notice how you're feeling, how the mind is, how the body is, as you start to add a bit of depth to your breath. Trying to make your exhale a little bit longer, taking your inhales through your nose, noticing the sensations. The new day, the mat, the ground beneath you. Taking in a deep inhale, maybe sighing the breath out, bringing one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly, really feeling in. Up to you if you'd like to continue sighing your breath out or just taking your inhale through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Returning to this pose or any other pose that you find restful throughout the practice. When you feel the need, you can always pause the video. Just take a few moments to yourself. We're practicing Maha Pranayama today. So as you inhale, breathe deep into your belly, then the side body, then to your upper chest, and exhale in reverse through the chest, the side body drawing in, the belly drawing in. Inhale to the belly, side body, to the upper chest, maybe hold for a moment, and exhale through the chest, the ribs, the belly drawing in. Inhale, belly, side body, upper chest, and exhale, letting it all go, letting the breath return to its own rhythm. Inhale, you're going to sweep your hands up overhead. Maybe you gaze up. As you exhale, bring the hands to prayer at heart center. Inhale, take it out wide again. Spread the fingers, going as slow as your breath is. Exhale, drawing it into heart center. Taking a pause as we inhale, float back up one more round. Reach up, gaze up. Take your hand over to the right. Left arm reaching up and across. Inhale, swimming back up. Maybe that gaze follows. Left hand meets the earth. Right arm reaches up and across. Inhale, find that length again. And exhale, drifting across the other side, really noticing your top lung. Taking that breath, filling up, growing long. Exhale, really encouraging this next round to be as slow as your breath. So inhale, we come up. Exhale, falling across to the other side with ease. One more round. Seeing if you can notice a different part of your body. Reaching across. Inhale to come up. Exhale, easy twist to the right. Right hand behind you, left to cross. Notice where your gaze drops, or does it stay with the horizon? Keep that spine nice and long. And then using your inhale, unravel, come back up. And exhale to the opposite side. Maybe it feels a little different. All good, all normal, but keeping that spine nice and long. Using your inhale, come back, lift up. If you're sitting up onto something, we're just going to remove that prop out to the side, taking your legs out in front of you, maybe just a little bit wider than hip width apart, a bend to the knees. I'm just going to wipe or blade the knees from one side over across to the other. One hip might lift up. As you come up, notice how the shoulders move. Let this be a whole body experience. As the opposite shoulder moves back behind you. Reaching across, draw the knees all the way over to the left. Coming up, setting up to deer pose. So the sole of your foot to the top of your opposite knee. You might stay up on your fingertips as you come forward, or maybe you have a bit more space today to come down onto the elbows. There's no hierarchy, no better option. It's just what suits your body the most in this. Take an inhale, coming up. Long exhale, drifting across to the other side. Setting up the legs first. And then bringing your hands, and your hands, they might be out in front, they might be more over your right knee here. Make the pose suit your body. And then when you're ready, we're going to inhale, start to come back up. I'm going to take your legs out in front of you, bringing your head over heart, heart over hips for a moment. Nice strong stance. Lift the hands and then reach out in front of you. You notice that my knees will bend. You might have straight legs, but for me this early in the morning, it's definitely not an option for me. Moving with the breath, so as you inhale, find length. As you exhale, melt back down. Imagining that your heart's reaching forward, trying to keep a bit of length in your lower back. Coming up, crossing at the ankles, we're going to move forward onto our hands and knees, setting up for our cat-cows. When you're ready, inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the tailbone, lifting the gaze. Exhale, coil it all in, move slow with the breath, chin to chest. Inhale, find space for the chest as the crown of the head lifts. Exhale, lifting up through the heart space, pressing the chest away. Inhale, lifting up one more time. Returning to a neutral tabletop. We're going to ground through our left hand. Inhale, right arm moves up towards the sky. Exhale, thread the needle, reach it under and across. Inhale, come up, trying to keep those hips nice and level, reaching high. Exhale, gently threading across. Use your arm strength as you inhale, peel that heart out to the side, lifting up, maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, threading it through if you've got the space, resting onto your shoulder, to your upper arm. The way, grounding through that left hand and right leg, taking the left leg out to the side. See if you can ground the foot, and then inhale, pressing your chest up, bringing hands underneath your shoulders. Gonna take a few rocks back and forward, feeling into the inner seam of your leg, keeping nice length in your spine. Of course, you can bring blocks underneath your hands anytime you need. Lifting that leg, using that strength in the glutes, pointing the heel back. And then exhale, knee to nose, round through your spine and planting the foot, trying to bring it in between your hands. Inhale, option to float your hands. And then exhale, going to bring your left hand down, right arm to reach across, side body stretch. Inhale, float the hands. Exhale, twisting over that bent knee. I'm going to bring my hand onto my knee for extra support and balance this morning. Option to keep them out long. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, slide or step your front leg forward a little bit more as you come down into a hamstring stretch, half split. Option here to move with the breath or stay in stillness, maybe using your blocks underneath your hands. Notice where you feel the most intensity. Rebending that knee, going through one round of your cat-cow. Moving with your pace, your rhythm. So we return to neutral spine. I'm going to face you to show as we inhale, lifting that left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, threading it through, reach across. Inhale, try and keep those hips nice and level, lifting up. Only option to follow that gaze with your hand if it feels good for the neck. Reaching across, harnessing that arm strength, pressing yourself up, peeling the heart open. Then exhale, we're coming to that hold. Maybe you have that space again to come all the way down, but all good if you don't. Grounding through your left leg, taking the right leg out to the side. Inhale, press the chest up, taking those few rocks back and forth. Notice where you feel the intensity. What does it feel like? Ground through your hands, float that leg up towards the sky and back behind you. Heel pressing back. Try and keep it level with your spine. As you exhale, knee to nose, imagining like you're trying to kiss your knee. Come up to your fingertips if you need that extra space, stepping the foot forward. Inhale, catch the wave of the breath as the hands float up. Exhale to come into that side body stretch, reaching across. Inhale, lift up. Exhale to twist. Option again to keep both hands out long, or to bring your front hand to meet your other knee. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take a slow journey into your half split. Remembering we probably need that extra space, trying to keep your hips somewhat over your back knee. Always option to move with the breath, or to stay in stillness. If you're unsure what suits you best, always feel free to explore. It'll change all the time. Find a bend to your knee, draw it back behind you. One more round of your cat-cow. Keeping that length, that integrity with the breath. Tucking the toes behind you, drawing your hips to heels, finding an active child's pose. Arms out long in front of you. Imagine you're pressing your hips back. If this feels too much for your toes, untucking them, of course. Imagine heart melting down, but the hips pressing back. Rejoining with the breath. Ground through your hands, bringing them underneath the shoulders, then pressing yourself up into your first downward facing dog, your first Adho Mukha. Taking your dog for a walk, bending one knee and then the other, or maybe both at the same time. Emphasis on just warming up through the body. Untethering, and then grounding through the feet, the hands, hips moving up and back, belly towards the thighs. So you start to shift your gaze forward, taking steps all the way to the top of your mat. Nice generous bend in the knees to Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. I like to use a block as well as a rejoin back into your forward fold. Just feels a bit more supportive this early in the morning for me. You may not like them or may not need them, up to you. Halfway lift, inhale. Hands always have a point, whether it's your body, blocks, or earth. Exhale, melting down, let the head become heavy. Inhale, scooping all the way up into your first Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, grounding down to mountain pose. Options for hands to stay at heart center or down by your side. Checking in with your balance, with where you're placing your weight. I take a few shifts back and forth, just feeling in, grounding down. Inhale, generous bend to the knees, lower your hands, lift up, puffing up through the chest. Exhale, drawing it in, feeling to the core. Inhale, big circle, big swim all the way up, more length than bend back. Draw it in, exhale. One more round. Inhale, lifting up, maybe gaze up. Palms move a little bit further back. Bring it back to center. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, hinge at the hips, diving down into your forward fold. Be nice and supportive. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, ground the hands, stepping back to plank pose. Drawing the knees down, reaching the heart forward. Exhale, bend at the elbows, come all the way down. Press to the tops of the feet. Inhale, lifting up, the head rises, the shoulders roll up and back. Exhale, slow journey down. Inhale, using that strength to rise up, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. If this feels too much, drawing down to a child's pose. You can of course step your feet as well, as wide as your mat. The end of your next exhale, taking those steps to the top of your mat. Forward fold at the end. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, slow journey down. Inhale, pressing through the feet, rising up. Feel the length of your spine, lift in the heart. Exhale, option again, hands to stay at prayer at heart center or to lower. Gonna ground through your left leg as you inhale, come up to stork pose with the right knee. Flex the toes. Coming through into a warrior 3, a T shape, hands anywhere for balance. Press the heel back, gently plant. Inhale for a high lunge. Exhale, readjusting toes to face the side edge of your mat. Forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Option again here to keep still or to move with your breath. You can of course bring blocks underneath your hands for extra support. Just moving with your breath. Rising up with your inhale. Exhale, you're going to come to the back of your mat now. Readjusting with the feet, plant the hands. Stepping back, going through what we call a connecting vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, cobra or maybe an upward dog. Exhale, swimming back into your downward facing dog. Going to a pace that feels good for you. You can of course pause the video whenever you need. Taking your gaze forward, stepping to the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, come down. Inhale, rising up, soft bend in the knees, lift up. Exhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Grounding through your right leg this time. Inhale, that left leg comes up to stork pose, flex the toes. Inhale with as much pace as you can muster. Press that heel behind you. Try and lift that leg a little bit higher if you can. Plant to the back of your mat. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Float the hands, and then we're going to shift this time, having the toes a little bit further away. Heels in. Bend at the knees, drop down to goddess pose. Hands are going to find your knees as you bring one shoulder into the center. And then unravel. Exhale, opposite shoulder draws in. maybe shifting from side to side slightly. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, pivot on the toes, come forward, come down. One more connecting vinyasa. Shift your weight down. Beautiful. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale. I'm going to melt into a child's pose, option to stay into a downward dog if you prefer. You can of course bring your knees as wide as your mat, but taking a few moments here to ground, to soften, feeling the support of the mat beneath you. You come up, returning to where we started, a nice, comfortable, seated position, taking a moment to adjust, hands to Anjali Mudra. On your inhale, float your hands out to the sides and up to the sky. Bringing your right hand down, that left arm reaches up and over. That's lovely side body stretch. Inhale, lifting up, floating up. Exhale, over across to the opposite side. Notice what you notice. So you inhale, come up. Exhale, twist to the right. Keep that length, drawing that back shoulder a little bit further behind you if you can. Inhale to come up. Exhale, twisting at the torso, over to the left. Inhale, coming all the way up. Hands to prayer, draw it down, exhale. Option to come all the way down onto your backs here. I like to stay upright for a short practice. It just makes me feel a bit more grounded. Bring hand to heart, hand to belly. Taking a few deep breaths. Maybe returning to that Maha Pranayama, that 3-part breath, breathing to the belly, the side body, to the upper chest. And exhale through the chest, the ribs drawing in, the belly drawing in. Noticing, grounding, picking up on any sounds, moving with your breath as we begin this new day. Letting any lingering thoughts pass on by, helping to create that space between the breath, that space between the thoughts. Take one more breath together. Inhale. And exhale as you bring your prayer up to your third eye. Bowing chin to chest, giving your body and breath thanks. Thank you so much for joining me today on your practice. Om Shanti. Taking a moment to notice the space around you. And I hope to see you next time. Have a great day.